the, I call it the B part, you know.
Okay, that's fine. So now, for the until next lesson, if you
Yeah,
can get the B part down.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's talk about the B section now, and because we talked
Yeah.
about the A section in some
Mm,
detail, let's talk about the B section in a little bit of detail.
yeah.
All right. So remember that the B section changes key, goes to C major, goes to the relative
Yeah.
major.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's really important. We'll probably do that in your piece as well. It's a very important part of form, A ternary form. So the B section goes to C major. So we can probably expect, for the harmony. Now B section is kind of short. It's not too long. Remember, each section is only 8 bars long.
Yeah.
8 bars, then it's done. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was really surprised when I put it all together, you know.
yeah,
That
it's
was
kind of
only yeah.
it's not many. It's for such a sort of beautiful piece. It's just a sort of a short
Yeah.
thing, really. Okay, so we have C major. It begins in C major here.
Yeah. Mm,
The G in the melody,
yeah.
and so we have that chord for a couple of bars, and then the next chord we get is starting here on the D.
Mm-hmm.
So starting on this D, we get a new chord, and it's actually a G7 chord. So you could actually play, if you played open D, open G, open B, and F
Mm-hmm.
together, like that, that gives you a G7. Give that a go.
Yeah.
It's a chord, you're probably familiar with that chord, right? It's
Yeah. Yeah.
not, yeah, we sometimes learn that in the, early on.
Yeah.
G7. Now, the beautiful thing about this, what the
Mm,
composer does, is that in the chord of G7, um, you have 4 notes. Let me get this bigger.
mm-hmm.
You have G, B, D, and F, right? Those are the 4 notes that make up G7. G,
Yeah.
B, D,
Yeah.
F.
Yeah.
But this note here, A, doesn't belong
Yeah.
to that. So he goes up to a note that doesn't belong. So if you listen,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
really
Yeah.
beautiful movement. This is something we'll explore in your composition. You know, whenever you use harmony, you
Yeah.
can't just use the notes of the chord. Otherwise, it's going to sound too plain. The music won't have any, expression and flavor
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flavor and expression in music, a lot of it comes from using notes outside of the harmony.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one example. That beautiful, just a quick movement
Yeah.
to the A, and then it resolves back to C. So in the first 4 bars, he's only using C, G7, and C, only 2 chords.
Mm-hmm. I will write that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And why an A, or is that
Why
if
an
you have
A?
yeah
Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, good question. I think because it's starting on F, you don't want to shift up too high, because if you think of someone singing,
yeah
big. So that's actually a really good question. In melodies,
yeah
really big leaps
yeah
are
yeah
used sparingly. You use really big leaps. You don't want to use too much, because the music will sound a little bit too up and down.
oh I know okay yeah
Um,
yeah I
you know what I
understand
mean? You want to
mm-hmm.
keep the melody fairly smooth most of the time, and you want
Yeah
to save the big leaps. Save the big leaps for special moments. Yeah,
okay
that's a really good point, actually.
yeah
For special moments. Yeah, because he will do that soon. He'll start
yeah
to
yeah
go up
okay mm-hmm.
big leaps in a moment. So yeah, that's actually what he does in the next phrase. Excuse me. In the
Yeah
next phrase,
yeah
sort of talking about the melody now. He goes up from the there. Sorry, it's right here. It's right here. This is what I was thinking of.
To
When he
the
goes
A.
from
To the
that sort of those leaps there.
E. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. So I think we'll definitely borrow that idea of adding a couple of leaps into your
Leaps.
melody.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's another thing that adds really nice expression to the music as well, is those big leaps. Yeah.
But how is the relation, Daniel? If you have this, if you go to the E, what kind of notes do you play in the bass, as a bass note?
Good question again. So in the harmony of this measure is C major again.
Yeah.
So all of the notes in this measure are part of that chord. So
Of the C.
C, you only have C, E, and G, right? So you have E,
Yeah.
G, G, C, E, G. So it's only
Oh
using notes.
yeah.
So that's what you would use. You would probably use in the bass. You would probably use notes of the chord you're using in that particular measure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then this measure, the next measure again is G7, right? G7 again. You see that same chord, the D, G, B, and F.
Yeah. I see.
You have G7 again, but now you have that leap going up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then back to C. It's amazing. In the B section, he's only using 2 chords. He's only using C and G7.
Oh yeah. I
In the
see.
piece. Oh, I guess here. Sorry. There is one little exception, which is here. Yeah, it's A minor. He uses an A minor chord there. The next chord is G, starting with the G there, G major, and then he does use another chord here, F, A, C. Do you know what?
A, C. That's an F, huh?
An F chord, yeah. So okay, he's using a few different chords, a couple of different chords in the middle there, but most of the section is just C and G7. It's just that little, just A minor there and F there, but then the rest is just chords.
How do you see A minor so quickly in that part?
I see A, C. So it's missing an E, I guess. But if you stacked A and C together, it sort of leaves you to the conclusion of putting an E, imagining that there's an E there, and then you get the A minor chord there.
Okay.
All right. Beautiful. All right. So that's it. That's the B section. So harmonically, not using too many chords. We have those beautiful leaps, which you want to use sparingly. These beautiful leaps, and then it goes back to the A section. All right. So I think we could. Oh, so yeah, if you could, during this week, copy out the B section, that would be great.
Yeah.
But I think we could already perhaps make a start with composing. I think we could already make a start. I think the sooner the better. Now we've talked about the piece in detail, so let's make a start with composing. We only need to write theoretically 16 bars because of the A section. Your A section will be repeated. So all right, this is great. So we're going to do. Do you see it on your screen?
I see.
Program? All right. So we're going to do A minor 4/4 time. Is that right? Let me double check that it's in 4/4 time. 3/4 time. Sorry.
But now you start to copy, or not, or what will you do?
No. Now we're gonna actually compose. We're gonna compose now. Yeah, I'm gonna get you to compose, and we're gonna write it down and everything. Okay. So all right. So let's start off. One way to do this is, so that it doesn't seem so overwhelming, is just to think of the first 4 bars. If we could just get the first 4 bars, in this lesson and even the next lesson, that's a really good start, because when you have a good starting point,
Yeah.
It can really help you just
Okay.
generate the rest of the piece. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now this piece starts. Remember that this piece it's in the key of A minor,
A
but
minor.
this
Yeah.
particular piece starts on an E chord. Remember that it starts, and then in the second bar is when we go to the A minor chord. We don't have to do that exactly. If you don't feel like that's what you want to do, we don't have to do that exactly like. There's other tremolo pieces like Recuerdos de la Alhambra is in A
Yeah.
minor, and that starts right on A minor.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it starts on A minor straight away. So if you want to, you could start on A minor, or you could start on E. We have a couple of options. But what I'd like you to do is play those two chords. Could you play A minor and E?
And then an E.
Okay. Maybe I'll get you to start on A minor, please. Go back to the A minor chord.
Yeah.
And what I'd like you to do is just play a tremolo with that open E and with the bass notes of A minor that you have on that chord.
I'm not sure about I call it the bass note. That was.
That's okay. Yeah, whatever you like to do. Whatever.
Oh yeah, now I felt me in. I have a short question, Daniel, because
Sure.
last lesson we said A minor, and then we get D minor, and then E. Why an E? Why not an E minor?
Oh, why not E minor? Yeah, good question. So it's in scales and in music, in classical music, particularly, the seventh note of the scale. So in this, if we're in A minor, the seventh note is the note before the tonic. So in this case, it's G.
Yeah.
Is raised because it creates. It's called, the name of it is called the leading tone.
Yeah.
If you name, it's called the leading tone.
Okay.
Because it leads you back to the tonic. It leads you back to A.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And it's a much more powerful connection when it's a G sharp than if it's a G natural. It has much more pull. It's a pull that you feel a pull from.
Oh yeah.
G sharp.
Yeah.
If I do that with G natural, it doesn't have that same kind of pull to it, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason. The function of it is to lead you back to the tonic.
To go back.
So that's why it's made in minor keys. The seventh note is raised.
It's raised. Okay.
Up. Yeah. Okay. So good. Yeah. Good. Great question again.
And I think is that the harmonic scale or the melody? You have two because sometimes you have the sixth also, eh?
Both of them so the melodic minor on the way up would have F sharp and
G
exactly.
Sharp. Yeah.
And then it would be G natural and F natural on the way down. So either scale it kind of applies to both scales, except if you have a descending melody, then sometimes you might use G natural, but then you'll still use the G sharp to finish the melody. You hear what I'm doing there? I'm starting on G natural, F natural, I'm going down the scale, and then G sharp. If I ended it on G natural, listen to if I ended on G natural.
Oh yeah.
Right, it sounds very different. It doesn't have that kind of pull to it at the end. It doesn't resolve as strongly at the end. So that's a good question. That's something to consider in your composition. Using that G sharp and how to use it, and why to use it.
Because we talk about a harmonic scale here, then.
We're talking about harmonic minor. Yeah.
Okay.
Melodic minor refers more to certain things in melodies where you want to avoid certain intervals, but we'll see if that comes up. We'll talk about it.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. All right. So if you could go back to that A minor chord, please.
Yeah.
With the tremolo, how you were. With the.
Yeah.
Do you want to start? Could you tremolo on the C, please, on the second string? Tremolo on the second string.
But with C, yeah. This one.
Tremolo No, tremolo on the.
But I take the A minor.
I
Huh?
don't think you're understand. Yeah, A minor, but tremolo on the second string. Tremolo on the second string.
Oh, the second. Oh, sorry.
Instead of the first string. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, keep doing that. And yeah, can you keep doing that for a little bit, please? Just repeat that for a little while.
It's a little bit different, more difficult than on the E, yeah?
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so now what we want to do is, I think what you want to do is make that melody move. And you can do that by lifting your finger. So you're on the C here. If you want to make the melody move, you can lift it up to B. And then you can go up to D as well. Right? That's can you sort of, I'd just like you to sort of improvise, just play around with moving.
Oh yeah.
Okay, is there anything there? Let's see if we can make a little idea out of that now.
Yeah.
So in the bass, you have. Do you see that on your screen?
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Good. So we have that in the bass.
Yeah.
And then in the melody, we're going to start. Maybe we'll start on the C. On it, do it like that. We want to do. Now, something you'll notice about tremolo is that you don't want to change notes too quickly. You know, like.
Okay. In the bass,
well, you know, yeah, he changes. No, in the melody.
The melody.
In the melody, change notes too quickly all the time because it, you know, you want to sort of. It's kind of nice to stay on notes for a little while.
Yeah.
Not sort of change too quickly. Okay, so we'll start on the C. Now, yeah, could you keep on playing around with those notes, please, on the second string, going up and down?
Yeah. And the choice of to start with the A in the bass, is that because of the A minor? Or?
Yeah, because we're in A minor. Maybe for now we'll start on A minor and see if you like that. Yeah. So now if you could change the melody, please. Change the melody. Okay. So you're kind of going sort of like that should be a B. And then D, I think that's what you're doing there. Okay, all right. So that's what you were kind of doing just then. You want to play that?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, maybe it was. Let me see. What have I done? Oh, sorry. I think I know what I've done. Sorry, I missed a. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yes. Every time with two. You start with one.
Yeah, two bass notes.
Yeah.
For the,
two times C.
two bass notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So there's one way of arranging those notes.
It's only the second string is a little bit. That I have to get used
just on the second string for now. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's good. It's good to get used to that through your own composition. It's like it's like your composition is also an exercise for helping your tremolo too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can we play around with the order of these notes? Do you want to try? So changing, like playing the same notes but in a different order in the melody.
Yeah.
So maybe start, like you could start on B or you could start on D.
And then if I do B, then I
And
take
then,
the A, or
yeah, same bass notes, just changing the melody a little bit.
with this, yeah. Or same. Now playing this. Yeah.
So another option, that's okay. Another option you just kind of did was B, and then you went up to C,
Yeah.
and then you went up to D.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you kind of went like this.
Oh yeah.
What,
Yeah.
what do you think about that?
Okay.
You try that once again. I
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Oh.
Yeah. You know why I like that is because it actually does model the piece a little in a way,
Yeah.
because the melody is going up. You see how the melody goes up and then it lands here.
Go
So
down.
you have
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Now you're right. You could go up just the same way, right? But
I
using a
see.
different harmony, using a
Mm-hmm.
different melody.
Yeah.
So maybe we could do the next bar. You could go up to E in the melody, like that, and then see where you want to go with that. So can you just go up to the E there, like that?
Yeah. So from the beginning, yeah, or
From the beginning, yeah, from the beginning, and now go up to the open E in the second bar there.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, good. Okay, I think that's a nice introduction. I think that's a good, a
yeah.
nice way to start.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have to think about, what we do in the next measure here. So because you're playing the E, it frees you up to play C in the bass if you wanted to. So now what I'd like you to do is play around with the melody on the first string,
Yeah.
and it also opens up. It opens up, if you want this bass note, you could use the C on the second string now as a bass note.
Okay. Okay.
Right? Does that make sense? Because your tremolo is on the first string, so that
Yeah.
means it leaves the second string open,
Yeah.
which sounds like that with the second string. Okay.
But it's the A minor exactly, hey, in the bass.
Yeah,
Or
we're
not?
still A minor. Yeah, still A minor.
Oh, but then after oh, well, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Can maybe see what happens if could you change the melody a little bit on the first string? So you could go up to F, or you could go up to G as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I liked what you just did.
I don't
You
know what I
opened B and you did an F
an
and you
F,
did
yeah,
an
yeah.
F there. That was different. Yeah. I like that. That B to F is really beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you go higher then after the F, is that an idea to go
Yeah, if you want, try it out. Yeah.
to A, or is that?
A, yeah, sure. Try to go up to A. Yeah. Let me get that.
Yeah.
And then with the bass notes,
Yeah.
to put 2 bars per. Okay, beautiful. With the it's already, yeah, great start already. Just, a couple of bars. I think we have to think about the bass notes. If you go up to the high A, what bass notes could you use there? What do your fingers kind of want to go to when you're playing that A in
What
the
I
higher
remember,
position?
yeah, from the piece, is that not an F sharp, or is that?
You want an F sharp? F sharp? No, I don't think we want to use an F sharp yet.
Okay.
Maybe if we can stick to notes of A minor, of an A minor chord, or A minor scale.
What shall we do? What shall we do?
What do your fingers want to do? Can you see? It looks like
C.
they would go to C to C.
C.
Yeah, good. And then what next? We need one more. To B.
A
Okay,
B.
like that.
Yeah.
B. Yeah. You could do that as an open B. Open B if you wanted. It could be an open B.
Oh, I see.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
let me play that and let me see what. I don't know. Yeah, the B there might work. Yeah, we'll see. It depends where it goes next. It depends where we go next.
Is it not an idea to go to the E, or is that too the big
I
leap?
think it's too soon.
Too
Yes,
soon.
big leap.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
too early. Yeah. But I like how it's great that you're put. You've got ideas. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe you could go up to
D
or D. Yeah, D maybe D. Perhaps, yeah. You know what? I don't think it might be a better idea to go down actually, because
yeah.
something about melodies is you want balance.
Yeah.
And your melody's already going up quite a lot. You're starting on B and you're going up to A.
Yeah.
It might be time now to go back down.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know what note? I think the most logical note to use, because it's kind of missing.
A G.
So this is G. You got it exactly, G, because it's missing in between the F and the A. So let's go to G in the melody, and harmonically, what could we do? If you're going to G, I mean, you could use a G chord, even though that's not quite, in the key of A minor. But that's fine. We can move on to another chord. Do you want to go to a G chord now? Try going to a G chord. See. That's a C chord there. G chord. G. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Does that work? You want to let me play, because we're starting to run out of time. I'll just play very quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's a beautiful.
Yeah, it's really
start.
nice. Change from minor to G, eh? Also.
It changes from minor to G quickly, but it's very nice actually.
Yeah.
And the most logical thing to do after you have a G chord, what would that be? What does a G chord normally go to?
G.
Think of Giuliani. Think of the Giuliani studies. What does that chord normally go to?
Now I have to think. If you that's now I have to think. If you have, but if you then you take the G scale and then the fourth, I think, or not? To C?
Yes, you could do. Yeah, to C, exactly. Yes, to C.
Yeah.
I think that would be nice to go to C. I'll just put in a C chord. Doesn't have to be these notes, but okay. So we got a nice little harmony, harmonic structure going on. And then we can do something with the melody there to make that a bit more, moving, a bit more interesting. And we can tweak the bass notes a little bit. Maybe we'll see what happens next time. But we already have 4 bars after a really good start.
Yeah, nice, really nice.
Yeah, I think it sounds beautiful already. Like I said, the tremolo, it's the tremolo itself. It's a beautiful effect. So. It's quite fairly easy to make it sound beautiful. Like if compared to like the Saw study that you had copied, that would be harder to make it sound just sort of naturally beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Just that type of writing, you know what I mean? Like the tremolo it just has this natural inherent beauty to it. So fantastic. And I really like how you've got so many ideas. Like just keep them coming.
Yeah.
Just anytime you have an idea, let me know, and I'll try and use it. I'll try and write it down. All right, so I'll send you this. I'll send you these 4 bars.
Great.
So you can play around with it before the next lesson, and also if you can also copy the B section too. Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I need only to get some speed with the tremolo, but that's another thing. Yeah?
That's okay. That'll come. Yeah, you'll
come.
play. Yeah, you'll still be able to play your piece, really beautifully as well. Yeah.
I like it very much, Daniel. I have to say, I get more and more feeling how to build up something. Yeah, great. Really good.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
fantastic. All right.
Okay.
All right.
What shall we do next week on Monday? Is that okay for you, Monday?
Sure. I think so. Monday. What do you want to do Monday, and then let me see. Monday. It would be good to sort of space it out a little bit. It's Friday now. It's Monday. Yeah, we could do Monday and Friday, or we could do Wednesday and Friday again. It depends how much time. Yeah, or it depends on what is available.
Because on Monday I'm working from my home office.
So it will be easier. Will it be easier on Monday?
If you like, but it's a little bit. You mean maybe a little bit short time?
Well, I'm just wondering, if it's enough time for you to, because you've got to copy out the music and play around with these ideas a little bit. Maybe you'll just have the weekend.
Yeah, I see. Wednesday is also fine. That could be at 7. That's also fine.
I think it might be better just in terms of timing.
Yeah.
I think it will give you more time to play around with these ideas and to copy out the score. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's go with maybe Wednesday and Friday again next week.
It's okay.
And then maybe the week after we might be able to do Monday, because you probably won't have as much sort of homework to do.
Yeah.
The following week. Okay. All right. That's okay.
So Wednesday the 13th, it is. Yeah. Wednesday.
Next Wednesday the 13th. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Right. And my time 7 o'clock is fine for you. There's no problem.
That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Great. That's fine with me. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Fantastic.
Daniel, thanks very much.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you. My pleasure.
Have a nice weekend, huh?
All right. Have a good day. Yeah.
Okay. You too. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Bye.